But excellent connection. The stream is healthy, and that connection is excellent. That's what I like to see. Let's try this for 3 hours, and then after the 3 hours, we shall do something else. Well, I'm gonna stop and then do something else. But yeah, this is another editing stream. I didn't even start this thing properly. How do I even I forgot what I was doing. Okay, anyway, I got it back. The ball fumbled for a bit. Here we go. This is gonna be a very quick one, a fairly quick one. Okay, so I think what I want to do is have an ambient sound. See if it's around here somewhere. A quiet room. Very nice. Do I make it louder a little bit? Hmm. Hmm. What is a marble sound effect? Okay. I like that. I can use that. Well, I'll use this. He picks that up. I'm going to use a whoosh for that. I'll add a let's see, an echo to it. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Let me cut this. Wait, can I use this? Use another one? Oh. I'll use that for variety. So this. Cut. What I'm gonna do is, no, not that, but drag this. Copy. Well, cut. Make this easier for me. Paste. Perfect. And then I'll do that. Make that a compound. Add a echo sound effect. Where did I put the echo? They always change it out. They always change it around. Oh, it's in the voice filters. Nice. And this. Actually, I'll take that too. I'll use it too. Then I'll make it a create compound. Oh, my bad. add that echo. If I remember where it was. I keep losing things. That's very interesting. Deep. There you go. All right, time for the whoosh. Let's see if there's a wobble. Wobble sound. No. I can probably use something. Something around here. No. Of course. No, listen. I hope this is not hurting anybody's ears. Let's check that out. Okay, it's fine. That's perfect. A very subdued thing. Oh wait, X that. Pull this. Bam. Chat. Whoa. Stream. Add option. Chat and tell a friend. I think that's how it goes. Awesome. I want to use that a little bit more. A lot of cool stuff I could use with Metal Hero, honestly. I think just a simple whoosh will do fine. The simple swooshes. They're not the most interesting thing, but they shall suffice. There you go. They have a nice assortment of clothes rubbing. Let's try this. Good. And I know there's like a deep, I remember a deep drone or something. If I look up deep, there's something. Yeah. I think the ambient can die off with that. And I'll put some simple conversational music. Oh, there. Simple conversational music. Let's see. Let's add a little bit of something. A little zany noise. What's in the miscellaneous? That's a usual go-to. But I ain't using that. It's like using a bunch of Etta and Eddie sound effects. Let's try this. For what he says.
You and I know this game far too well.
Wait, how? Well, that wasn't that loud.
So, you wish to influence?
No.
From God.
So, you wish to influence the masses with deceit? Excuse me, your truth.
Can you...
Lion or something. Roar. Let's try that. Let's try that. Lion cry. That's fine.
Can you tell me a being that drives on either logic or emotion?
Purr. I'll use that. To probably make it lower.
Can you tell me a being that drives on either logic or emotion alone?
Wow, that is some chops.
Can you tell me a being that drives on either logic or emotion alone? Truths are how everyone makes sense of...
Maybe put that in the background.
Respect his strength enough to believe that you're the weakest link. Most important...
Okay, that's good. I know what for this one I want. Thunderclaps. Wait, I'm thinking... Yeah, thunder. You hear thunder. You see lightning. There we go. I want it to be like... Bam. That's good. Interesting. I like that. What's the universe? With this, oh, what's going on? There we go. I'll make the little animation move up. Something a little bit like this. Nice. And then he goes on talking about yada yada yada. I want there to be a thud sound effect right here. I wonder if I can do something more impactful. Yeah, I like that. A little less noise. And make it a little bit more impactful. Yeah, I like that. Oh, that's a new feature. I think for this, you can just fade in. Easy. That's a very new. That's a fairly new feature. I noticed that CapCut added. Okay, I want a sound that makes it look like he's shut down. He's been shot down. No, not made a goofball, but can I reverse? Let's see if I can reverse sounds. Can I do that? No, I don't see the option. Are you making an anime? No. Sort of, just one step below it, a motion comic. This is usually how the process of it is, how I make it. This is well, a little bit disappointing. I don't think I can like, can I? Maybe I can inverse speed noise reduction. No. If there's a way for me to, oh man, I can't. Oh well, I was trying to flip it, but I guess I can't. No, there's a motion comic. I have I put my whatchamacallit, my comics, my panels on display, and they move, and I have like voiceover.
When the time comes up.
I have the voiceover to go with the panels, so people who don't want to read, they don't have to read, and they can just hear the. And I just add the sound effects and the background music. And after that, yeah, I just call it. It's what I'm mostly making on my channel right now. So this is, it's like it's, I say it's a tier below an anime, but it's an anime without the animation, I guess. Or you can just call it like a storyboard or something like that. I made an anime with this YouTuber. Oh, which YouTuber? Okay. Well, I'll use that for this one, actually. I'm not using that one. It's like static. I guess I'll just use a whoosh. This might sound fine within the context. Let me just hear.
I understand. I understand.
Listen,
I like it. I forgot the name, but he has 1 million subs. Yo. That's very cool. Well, how did you get to know that YouTuber? Let me expand that. I was alive. I guess that's how it usually goes.
I understand.
listen.
You cannot really direct the voice of AI, but it is what it is. It's a doobie. It's Scooby what a doobie do, as they say. Nah. Oh, actually, I like this one a little bit, the creepy one. Let's just. He's like, I understand, but he's like, I don't agree. Yeah, but how was do you remember the video? I could probably look at it later. I talk in your comic with voice mod. What do you mean? I don't think I've understood that correctly. Funny bonk. No, can I? Okay. Can I talk in your comic with a voice mod? I mean, you can, honestly. Like no pressure. I just usually do like the AI voices because I don't like hearing my voice multiple times or taking multiple takes. No, not that one. And what? Multiple takes. So, bone cracking. But if you want to do a voice or something, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I like that. That's good. It's difficult to find somebody enthusiastic about anything nowadays. I'm just waiting for. I'm just seeing like if there will be a time where YouTube picks up on the videos, like the long form stuff, you know. But we'll see. Time will tell. I think I made around 30. Oh, my friend is calling me. All right, you take care of that. Let me go to fly. Where's the fly? This is good. Let me turn the volume down because it's in the background. Sun drop. No, that's not it. I'll do some simple whooshes for the final 3 and top it off. There we go. And move that thing side up. All right. Move it back and move it just like that. I clicked something. There we go. Fixed it. Yeah, it's just like that. The empty noise in the background, that's going to stay. That's good. And let me add one more. This one's like 1 second. That's good. Okay, good. All right, I think with that, let me add the back, like the background or something. Boom. Let me see if there's anything that I can use for a principal's office. Let's see what's in the library. Principal's office. If there's anything that I could use generally. Well, all these are pretty lame. Alright. Plan B. It is. Well, that's pretty fine, but that's not what I'm looking for. Alright. Let's try Leonardo AI. No, I don't care what's new. Just give me what I want. Finish, okay. American. I can't spell American. How do you spell American? Civil office. Let's make something with that. I'd rather use the maybe. No, the concept art is premium. That's stupid, but it is what it is. Let's try that. Young Buddha, sorry for missing earlier stream on your work for Just a Reaper. It's fine. You're good. I've just been streaming as much as I can. Seeing what works, finding that golden hour. Probably meeting some new people while the process. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is pretty fine. A fine looking principal's office. Generally. Okay. I'll keep this a I'll keep this the idea of this in spirit. Okay, let me move this around. I'm gonna save that, actually. Where did it go? Okay, I usually go to YouTube video. Video dubs. Purgatory Academy 3. I thought I had a folder for like the backgrounds. I'll make one. Now that I have to freaking save everything now. You sound very tired. Oh, I'm just relaxed. I'm just sitting down usually. I probably should have drinking some black tea or something. But I'm just chillaxing. Seeing if something like this catches anybody's interest. But right now I'm just doing what I can. Doing different things. But what's good with you, young Buddha? Let's see what I can do with this. Oh yeah, and I'm also thinking in real time. Dark. Let's see if I can find a dark abstract painting. I like having dark abstract paintings for like the backgrounds when characters are like deep in conversation or deep in thought, you know? That's too anime. Let's try just stock photo. Wait a second. What's Leonardo lighting? Let's try that. Tell me some good news. I just got home from work. I want to draw, but I'm sore. How often do you draw? As long as you keep at it, you will you'll keep the spirit alive. I know I say that a lot, but I like that. I like that phrase. Okay, cool. Dark abstract painting. There we go. I try to do it every day. It's nice to take breaks now and then. I know it sounds corny, but it's true. Sometimes corny things can be true. You can learn from the corn. Now then. Okay, let me expand this. Well, let me use that. What I'm gonna do is okay. Actually, yeah, this is good. I mean, even like small doodles, non-study drawings, at the least. Yeah, just to gain some muscle memory. What do you do for work? Can I add a plane? I'm thinking if I can add a white background. Oh, render. Here we go. Can I render something? No. I thought I could. I guess I can't. I guess I'll just import a white background. Wait a second. Oh, is that white paper texture background? Hold up. That's pretty lit. I'll use this. I like that. Anyway, I mean, even okay, yeah, I read that. Oh, if you don't mind. Oh yeah, but if you don't mind me asking. I think now that I have a little bit more time on my hands, I can add a little bit more fun or a little bit more detail on details, but a little bit more effects when it comes to stuff like this. I'm a small to mid size one. Oh wait. I'm an assistant for a maintenance crew at a mechanizing plant. A small to mid one. Okay, I get you. That's nice. At least you're out there. At least you're out there. The grind shall always be respected. Let's see. I like this dark and abstract painting right here too. Let's try the second one. Oh. Right here. I think this is fine, just being just what it is. Actually, I'll move this back too. Let me move. Machining. Ah, okay, machining. I'm bad. I'm bad at reading. Apologies for that. Let's see what comes up when I type thunder. Oh yeah, this is something that I can absolutely use. Just for a little bit. Yeah, no problem. Oh, it's a funny looking word. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Okay, so here we are. And this is the backgrounds. I think what I'm probably going to do before I upload this is have like previously on Purgatory Academy, like one of those previous clip shows. I'm going to try to keep it to 30 minutes and probably make it like a quickly edited thing, you know? Because I have heard that people usually, if you can get people to stay for like 30 seconds, it's a good chance that they'll stay a little bit longer. So I'm trying to increase the view duration, as long as I can. So we shall see how that goes. Okay, there we go. Plus, this is mostly just talking. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in the last update, the last chapter of Purgatory Academy, it's kind of crazy because if you look through the entire chapter, I think it took around 110 pages, 110 panels. 110 panels made up that entire chapter, book 3, chapter 1, and it was like 4 minutes. The only reason why that episode was like 5 minutes long is because the clip show was a minute long. Yeah. And it's kind of funny because like the last chapter that had that amount of frames was chapter 9 of book 2, and that was chapter 9 of book 2 was like around 9 minutes 30 seconds. And I was like, that's so funny. Like when I think the joke I had in my mind was like when girls talk versus when girls have 110 panels versus when boys have 110 panels. Cause like when the I mean like chapter book 3 chapter 1, it was mostly an action packed chapter, so all the panels was going by pretty quickly. All right. Let's see if I can get some audio, some chill audio to play in the background. Let me put some thinking music. Something like Death Note-esque. No. 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 A lot of these are very cartoony. I don't like it. Sometimes you'll find like a banger background music, but you gotta find like the great key. You gotta find like the perfect keywords. Morality. They are talking about. This is good. The bad thing about this is it's not 3 minutes long. Pondering. Let's try this one. Gross. No. The thing that I like about the CapCut's library of audio is most of it won't get detected by copyright from YouTube. So, that's pretty cool for me. All right, so I gotta find, but this library can be used a little bit better. Hold up. No, I think it'll be. I think I can use YouTube's library as well, and just keep this silent, and then just hope that the YouTube I could find like a fitting audio using YouTube's library. I don't know. Copyright is such a headache. Like, I don't know if any of these music is royalty free, but since I'm not getting like copyright, I think ever since I started doing the motion comics, I think I only had one copyright noticed. Just one. Eureka. Who's Eureka? Let's try that. No. Let me think. Okay, so morality. Okay, so they're pondering the ethics of lying, right? Let's see, or just put slow conversational BGM. This is a little bit too soft. This is a little bit too soft. I want there to be like a sinister. This sounds like some Animal Crossing music. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Just gotta turn that down for you guys a little bit. Sorry about that. Dark thoughts? Yeah, maybe dark thoughts. We gotta get we gotta get sinister up in here. Rampage, shredding the bears, a conversation. Okay, it's not that high energy. Raindrops come in like dark thoughts. It is that loud, yeah. No. This is in the right direction. Let's try it out, actually. Let's try it out. It isn't MB. Okay. Let's try this out a little. Alright. Let's adjust the loudness. We're gonna hear them speak a little bit. We're just trying to get the vibe. We gotta feel out the vibe.
What has you on edge?
It's...
Your leadership, but there are too many flaws in this operation. Were you aware
Oops, sorry.
using these students to eradicate my existence?
Are you afraid of mere children? First you worrying about sharing your truth to them. Now you worrying about them being
What's
assassins.
MB?
Far be it from me to cower over fodder. When an interloper chooses to attack the leader, it's as if they attack everyone under my influence.
This is
When the
pretty
time
nice.
comes around, what good are souls fighting against themselves merely based on which school they were influenced under?
You and I know this
Oh, my
game
bad, okay.
far too well. War never changes. I have no
Okay, I like it. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Okay. It has that sense of seriousness and tension to it. Let me move this back a little bit.
use it to my advantage.
Okay.
Tend to play to every individual.
It's strategic. It's dark. It's moody. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm feeling it.
What has you on edge?
I trust in your leadership, but there are too many flaws in this operation. Were you aware of Beast using his students to eradicate my existence?
I like that. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Okay, let me do... There's another slight annoyance, and that's just to add the slow zoom. I also like doing that. I also like this. It's not perfect, but oh well. That's another thing that's kind of wrong with CapCut. Is like sometimes the transitions don't work, so you just have to leave and come back. And it doesn't overpower the scene. What do you think of the music? Yeah, that's like the perfect. The thing that I remember that I always try to remember with sound effects and background music is if people notice it, then you're doing it wrong or something like that. It's made to elevate the scene. Okay, so usually my thing is if anything stays for like how I would say, if anything is holds for like 5 seconds, then I'm just gonna do a slight zoom in just to add some visual flair or visual interest, because they're gonna be, because this is all just like still images. So if I do my best to make things less still, then it's probably pretty good. It'll do pretty good. Maybe if I can add that, make it a little bit longer. So let me expand this to a second. I forgot what sound I used for this, but I can't find Newton balls. I don't know why. I always have like Satan, not Satan, but Lucifer tinkering with Newton balls in his office. Motion and less static unless it's needed for a tense reaction. I'm still trying to find a good balance of what makes an appealing edit, an appealing video in terms of editing, especially with a style like this. Especially when it comes to style like this. Oh, you were explaining zooming in while they talk. Motion and less static, unless it's needed for a tense reaction. Yeah, okay. Motion and less static. Okay. I'm trying to... Can you phrase that again? Can you rephrase that? I don't think I understand. And I'm not gonna zoom in way too much. Okay. And plus, there's not a lot of panels because this is a segment, and segments are pretty small. Oh, static frames. Okay. So, are you for or against the small zoom ins for visual interest? There you go. Or oh, wait. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Let's see. Actually, not a zoom. I think I'm gonna fade in. I like the fade in. I think with this, I'm going to do that. Swing bottom. And do these different things. Okay, to add a little bit of interest. I kind of like this though. It's just finding different ways to make these frames interesting. For I was just mentioning that I have seen where static frames can be used for the viewer to take in a big reaction or feeling of a character, like Guts from like Guts from Griffith's screen. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. It's just very situational. I get you. Be aware of the situation you're trying to do. Okay. And also adding the sound effects is pretty interesting because if the audience tends to like nod off, when the audience tends to nod off, like the sound effects like snaps them back into paying attention. Let's see. So let me add like 3 different ones. So it's more of the tone, yes. Let's see if I have any sound effects that I can use. Oh man, I love that sound effect. Wait, how long is this? Not long enough. The chain is nice. No. I can just reuse the chain 3 times. I feel like that's fine. Like that. And plus rule of threes. Threes are always just okay, you know? Okay, he's like knock it off. Exposition, exposition. There you go. He's like chill out. I love the the knuckle crunching. Yeah, he's just talking about book 2. And there we go. And that's essentially... Oh, yeah, that's essentially the sound effects. The Newton balls are so cool because you can pull 2 balls in one side. It'll make 2 react in the... Wait. Cool. Newton balls are so cool because you can pull 2 balls on one side and it makes 2 react the same, and 4 even if it doesn't look right at first. Yeah. I think in some way it makes sense to have like the Newton balls like in Lucifer's office because at the end of the day this story is all about influence, like the influences, which is influences. And I suppose gravity can have a it's all about influences, and I'm sure you can like fill in the gaps of how that is that plays a part. And just patterns all over that reinforces some themes. Have you seen that happen? Pull influences and transfer motion energy. Pull influences and the transfer of motion energy. I don't believe I have. I don't believe I have. What do you can you explain a little bit more? The Newton balls with 4 going at a time. Oh no, I always see like the Newton ball. I always like see the Newton balls always with like 1. Like everybody just using the ones, but I am aware that the more pressure, the more... I can't find the right terms because showing my limited knowledge. The amount of pressure or energy that goes from one side is equal on the opposite side. And it just keeps going until like the energy dies off. It's so cool to watch. Yeah. Okay, so I think with this, I'm going to have to do a clip show, right? Like I previously on Purgatory Academy. So I will have to look back and think back of previous iterations, or not iterations, but previous chapters of what I want to include. My bad for wording it bad. Nah, you're fine. I'm just a terrible reader. At the end of the day. Okay, so I believe I remember there was a panel of Beelzebub saying, "I have no reason to deceive you." It's like, this isn't a trap. I don't really need to deceive you. I have no reason to deceive you. This is... Yeah, that's the one. But it's not segmented. My bad. Okay, I guess I'll do that live. Looks like a trap. I can assure you that I speak the truth and I have no reason to deceive you. I like that. And I want... Saying those Newton balls as a representation of the influence of the story transferring energy around. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like energy never dies; it's always transferred, or something like that, or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about matter. I don't know. I'm just a writer guy. Let me save as. This will be a good PNG to use. Panels for book 1. Uh-oh. This is whatever. I'll I'm terrible. You'll see how terrible my naming conventions are. But I will use this. What do I I'm trying to find out. Wait, what page this is? This is page 51. Right, okay. Wait, okay. I'm trying to panels, page 14, new. Page 51. I didn't do panel 6. I think that was the 6th panel. I don't do my I didn't do the I'm trying to think right now. The first book the same way I did the second book, because I already had the material, the visual material already down. I just redubbed it. I just dubbed everything and added new sound effects and music. I just dubbed it, like I just redubbed everything and used sound effects and music, and that was a pretty interesting move because that shortened the entire runtime. It's about purgatory, right? So in a sense, it is about controlling how you transfer the energy and how that affects you back positively or negatively. Mm. In a sense, it's about how controlling how you transfer energy, how it affects you back. You transfer energy and how that affects you back. Positively or negatively. Yeah, in a sense. Everybody has like finite amount of time in purgatory for them, and like in this series, like everybody has a finite amount of time in purgatory to figure out whether they want to spend eternity with God or not. And an important thing is nobody really tells them what to do. They just give them the administration. They don't tell the kids what to do. They just tell them this is the end goal, and to reach that end goal is up to you. So that's essentially what's going on, and everybody is just reacting to each other's decisions or thoughts as they figure out where they want to go for all eternity. And where I'm taking the series is essentially the school is gonna have essentially going to have a war of ideas of whether what is just what is just creating, should we create hell in our own image, or is heaven worth going to, or do we have everything wrong in one way or another? So everybody is essentially is trying to figure out what is the truth of everything within purgatory. And also a running joke I like to have is the characters that would probably would have the most amount of authority are untrustworthy as well, because they take forms of demons like Principal Beelzebub over here. It's like, it would make sense for Beelzebub to have, hold up. Oh, gross. It would make sense for Beelzebub to have like the most obvious answers, like the right answers, but the thing is he's a demon, and like you kind of have to be like weird to trust a demon to begin with. So cool, thank you. So it's kind of like I don't know if I'm saying the phrase correctly, like a catch-22, you know? Dang it. Did I not have the thing right? 16:9? Ah, I did not have the 16:9 aspect ratio right this entire time. That's made me mad. They have more power and influence. Yeah. Ah, man. I didn't even set this to 16:9. All right. I guess I got to do some re-editing. Womp womp. But at least that was pretty good though. Yeah, they have power. They have the most power and influence. Yeah, and there's more, and like there's more forms of manipulation than just magical, you know? Like there's physical and like emotional. And like yeah, these demons they do have like powers, but even regular people have powers too. But like it's like our everyday powers, like our power of like our power to influence our fellow man. So it's like when I was in the market, people were like, "What's the magic system like?" And I'm like, "Well, it's kind of more real than you think." You know? Oh my gosh. It's like the power of persuasion is like is a skill, as a craft. Like persuasion and rhetoric. I just find that interesting. I think I got that idea when I was like younger, looking at um a lot of debates. I don't look at debates more often as much as I used to, because debates don't really ask strength, luck, mewing, agility, etc. And another thing that I like, I guess I'm gonna get into it like later in this chapter, is the whole purpose. Well, everybody's trying to figure out like the truth behind like existence in Purgatory Academy. They spend spend their time mostly just either in the purgatory and either in the playground of ideas, which they which two students go out into the physical world, but they're as spirits, and one would essentially be an angel, and the other one would be the devil on somebody's shoulder, and they would try to convince them to do either or respectively, like do good or bad deeds respectively. And other than that, they're just doing regular just after school. They're just doing like regular kid stuff like art and music production, writing, and such like that, and trying to gain influence around the school. And I think there's no really. I don't think there really needs to be a reason why the students want to gain influence. I think it's. I feel like that's like a. Like of course every. Like I think like living in the world and just looking around you, it's pretty clear how everybody just wants to be an influencer nowadays. It kind of reminds me of that one study where the majority of American kids, like Gen Alpha, when they grow up, they said they wanted to be an influencer. Like they don't even know what an influencer of. They just want to be an influencer because they see like all these different personalities doing lavish things, promising cool stuff. So I'm like, yeah. At the end of the day, you don't really need. I don't think I need to say this is what they have to be an influencer. That's just a natural thing kids want to do. It's a cool concept at as if intrusive thoughts are energy from the dead. Yeah, I think I had a line like that in like book 2 where a character was explaining what's going on, and I think she was like oh yeah, at the end of the debate we don't really know what this person will take away from it. Like he would probably think that all these ideas are his own, and like the other character was like, well, that makes sense. That makes more sense for the guy because that makes more sense for the guy because it wouldn't make it he wouldn't understand like that he gets his ideas from dead teenagers that he doesn't even know. Well, if you have more people with you, it gives you more opportunities. That is true. That is true. Um, it's in this. I think I'll put that idea in my back pocket, right? Having more influences will grant you more opportunities. That is true in the physical world, right? But in this like spiritual, like, in this metaphysical world in Purgatory Academy, like this is it. like like the only step up is going to heaven, and like the only requirement of heaven like is when you understand the truth. Yeah, well, the power of influence comes down to utilizing others. That is also true. That is also true. So I guess it really depends on like what opportunities are you trying to do. What are you talking about? You could talk about opportunities of leading more people to your truth, or trying to get as much people distracted from the truth as possible. And why would people distract others from the truth? Because nobody can handle the truth. And I think it's kind of funny when I made the series like in a way everybody knows the truth, but they all reject it for different reasons. They reject the reality that they're in for one reason or another. And so everybody just spends the entire series just trying to it's just seeing just understanding like what happens within the prompts that I have for these characters. There are events that I want to happen, and oh shoot, and depending on how I understand a certain philosophy, we shall see where that takes them. Or oh, Dear Star, what's up? What's going on, Dear Star? Welcome to the chat. Or how they think the truth is like cherry picking. Yeah, like they take bits and pieces of the truth, and they're like, a lot of people really do like cherry picking, but I guess I guess what I like about Purgatory Academy a lot is that it's just people watching the show. Like, the show is just people watching. In a way, it's kind of funny. Changing it to make it what they want. I think at the end of the day, this is my perspective of the story. It kind of comes down to like if people believe if people are born inherently good or not. And if that's true, what is good? And is good a trait that is worth pursuing? Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, this is all kinds of. This is all sorts of jacked up. This makes more sense now. Okay. Let me fix this. I wonder why this felt so bizarre. Like the aspect ratio was all messed up. Okay, let me expand this a little bit more. Actually, no, this is fine. It just needs a different starting point. Alright, let me move this track. Well, let me make this thing. Oh yeah, I like that my philosophy also takes into account that bad is needed for good, and that is needed for good, and that all bad isn't equal. All bad isn't equal. True. Okay. That kind of reminds me of another thing that happened in book 2. But it's more like holding. I guess it's more like about holding grudges because there's this character named Jim. You can check. I think it's like in the one of the even numbers, probably like chapter 7. Well, not even numbers. Things like chapter 8 or something like that, where the character Jim, he reflects on his life, and he doesn't really hold grudges towards anything because he feels like he really didn't have any control over his life. So why should he feel bad about anything? Or that anything that happened to him? And he said like Beelzebub says, why don't you blame anybody for that? Maybe why don't you blame God for all of these injustices that happened to your life? And he's like, well, it's like I can't really blame anybody because I didn't have any power to do anything about it. Like how can I blame something that that hasn't given me the power to change anything to begin with? I guess it was more like he had a more of a deterministic view of reality, and he says like if everything is determined, then it makes no sense to blame anybody. I like that mentally. It is interesting and refreshing perspective. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I think what I wanted from like book 2, it started with the idea of free will versus determinism. And in chapter 7, well, Jim took the determinism route. It he's I wouldn't say he switches from determinism to was it predestination? because I feel like determinism is like very close. It's like a spectrum. To like there's determinism and free will, and there's like a spectrum. But predestination is kind of like a religious determinism. So he asked Beelzebub, "Were you always determined to be the demon that you are now?" And Beelzebub was like, "I can't. Like all I know is that I have a mission to. All I have is my mission and my motives to be in this academy and use the power that I have to the best of my abilities." Yeah, that's a good way to put it. What's done is done. What's done is done. I have a mission. It doesn't really matter if things are determined or if I was supposed to be like the demon that I am. I have a mission to move forward. So it really doesn't benefit me to feel like I was destined to be X, Y, and Z. It's no use, like that kind of thinking has no use for me. I guess that's my perspective of how Beelzebub put it. So it's really I don't know. Like, yeah. That's how I thought. Those are my thoughts. The canon interpretation of Beelzebub's response. That is free will choosing a future regardless of action needed. That is the free will choosing an act. Okay. And I think okay, so with the free will and determinism side, Jim took like the determinism route while Susan is more like the free will. And Susan in all intents and purposes, I feel like she should be like she should be like determined because I haven't gone into her backstory, but you can easily say she was essentially doomed from the start. But the way that she did, but the way that the way that her life ended up is that she just says that she like overdosed on drugs, and she said that was her choice, and she's not going to feel like it was the hands of fate that made her that pushed her to her final decisions. But she's like, no, I did this because I felt that this was a good thing for me to do at that time, and I paid the price for it. Like the ultimate biting of the bullet, you know. Like I bit this bullet, and this is my consequence. And the rest, and like the way that her story kind of plays out, is kind of like a radical sense of accountability. Of if we're like there is no, it's like her cope is like there is no good and evil. So you like good and evil is subjective based on what does the least amount of harm. So if you're going to do something that society deems as evil, just make sure that like the least amount of people gets hurt and you're at least justified in doing it. There are the predeterminism. Wait, where the predeterminism should set, but she wants to choose the responsibility instead of letting the past choose it. Yeah. And it's so funny how like at first Purgatory Academy has been like a pretty old story for a while that I had like racking in my brain, and I was like developing it with a friend of mine. And Susan originally was supposed to be like a joke character, like it was like 2016 when I wrote it. So she was like making fun of like feminists, where like was all the rage. and that was and she ended up being like a caricature of feminism or the feminazis and whatnot. And then I started writing more of her, and I was like, actually, she can be real. She can be more than that, you know. It's like now that I think back at it, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cringe. But the way that I written her, it's usually I gave her more depth. I gave her a reason to be like who she is, because I don't believe nobody just wakes up and acts a certain way, you know. And I think her her ideals of like some sort of radical responsibility um is a pretty good is like something that's pretty unique to her, you know. Wait, hold up. This is a swington. Yeah, he's stamping at the thing. I like my forest fire example, but it's bad to all but the main. It's a good setting for a better start for a new healthy life. Okay, yeah. It does cause harm, but it's also necessary to cause more good to start. I think I think no matter what you do, harm is inevitable. But not all harm is equal. There yeah, I guess I agree with that the forest fire analogy. Not all harm is equal. You have to define harm. And if harm is just negative emotions, then you're then it's not a serious conversation amongst adults anymore. That's my personal perspective. Okay, let's see. How can I fix this? Yeah, the fact that this was made in the wrong aspect ratio is haunting me every step of the way. Yep, this is not good. This doesn't look good. In a direct way, okay. And also the interesting thing about forest fires is that there is good to come after it. But even though the good is a I won't say a preemptive measure, but it is a measure that usually when trees are burning, the saplings fall. So and like the saplings fall with into the ashes of like the previous generation, so the new generations of trees can can replant and grow itself. I think that's like I think that's a really cool thing, a really great mechanism that I always think about. Yeah, the ash has tons of nutrition, tons of it. Oh wait, no, I don't want to delete that. How will I use this though? Oh wait, hold up. This is not needed. This is not needed. These two are. So I'll do this right. Yeah. There's so many mechanisms in this cool planet that we find ourselves living in. Oh wait, I guess the other thing was needed. I guess I'll take that. Composition, create that. Move that down. And then operate off of this. There we go. This was a mistake. All right. Let me take this animation, move it to the left. I'm to the right. But yeah, I think the theme. I want to have like different topics or different themes of every book. Like the first book was about, do we have the power to overcome systems beyond our control, and you have the power to overcome systems beyond our control. And book two is about, do we have free will and does it matter? And book three is understanding the differences of truth, lies, and falsehoods. It's just like different like all these different characters of exploring the concept of truth, what makes a lie, and how that differs from the falsehoods. Hold up. It's just like I think this is just takes. I think I've written as much, if not more, than book two, but this book is gonna be like 10 chapters, same as book two. So yeah, it's gonna be like the same. So it's gonna take such a long time. It's gonna take such a long time to make, unless I have the money to hire assistants to like make. Unless I have the money to hire assistants, which I really, if this YouTube thing works out, like there'll be a lot. I'll find different ways of funding so I can speed up the process of making more content for Purgatory Academy, Let's Go Metal Hero, and everything else. Well, I actually want to assist you. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, did you contact me on Instagram? Let me see. I have not. Do I have my Instagram linked? Yeah, I think I have my Instagram linked. I'll tell you, I have to reactivate my old Insta. Will soon. All right, cool. Oh, I was looking at my and I was like dusting off my Instagram, and I have somebody from a marketing firm. It was like digital marketing CEO specialist contacting me, and I'm like, oh, thanks. Well, okay, I will soon. All right, cool. BRB. Nice. Did I not add this? Nice. Okay, cool. Oh, that works. This looks fine. This doesn't look so litty. Okay, let me move this up a little bit. A little bit over there. There we go. Sent a DM to keep up with the edit. Okay. I heard a lot of artists are leaving Instagram because something AI stealing art or something. So everybody's trying to do stuff on this new platform. And I'm like, whatever, bro. Nobody's getting paid going on a different platform. No one's really getting paid on Instagram, so I don't think it matters that much. But I'm just cynical like that, I guess. I don't want Insta to distract the flow. That's true. Exactly. In my person got blackmailed with AI. I'm sorry to hear that. Like, how do you blackmail somebody with AI? What do you mean by that? Hmm. Okay. Okay, yeah, let me get off of Instagram. That is a time sink. They can get off social media, period. Only be on YouTube. Follow the money. Okay, got that down, da 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 da. All that's good. Oh my gosh, that's not what I expected. Not at all. Okay. So that's good. That's good. All right. I could tell it wasn't me because of proportions were just say small. Okay. Okay. Finally, maybe I can try to do that this time on Purgatory Academy. Wait a second, I'm up to the panels. He's like, I have no need to deceive you. Okay, that's a good starting one. I gotta find out another one. Oh, when Lucifer says that the reason why everyone's not taking a dip in the lake of fire is because of him. Let's see if I go back that far. I don't even go back that far. I'm mad. Actually, I think I can call it a stream for the day. Since I'm essentially done the heavy lifting of this, I can just work on it later. I can just like finish it up tomorrow. Because I think this is some pretty good progress. Gotta take it one step at a time. I got the count reported, but police couldn't track the fake numbers, so I got away with it just by AI. Ew, no, that's sad. Can you play the full edit all the way through once? All right, full. We'll do. Hold up. Oh wow, that's good. That looks ugly. That looks ugly. Oh wow, it's not really that bad. I don't think it looks that bad over there for you. Oh, what's going on? Why is there? Oh yeah, you could see a little bit of it. Hold up. I did not see that. I did not notice that. Let me close out of Clip Studio so that you don't see that ugliness. You could have saw that the whole time. I'm sorry. Oh wait, my bad. I forgot to turn on the audio, the the voices. I was like, why aren't they talking?
So, what was your response?
I'd the faintest idea what to say.
Ball, you could have told him anything. It doesn't matter.
How will that provide any long-term benefit? Keeping track of lies will be a costly venture.
What makes a lie are its intentions. We can only communicate our perspective of reality. With that being said, can you tell me a being without bias? What has you on edge?
I trust in your leadership, but there are too many flaws in this operation. Were you aware of Beast using his students to eradicate my existence?
Are you afraid of mere children? First you worrying about sharing your truth to them. Now you worrying about them being assassins?
Far be it from me to cower over fodder. When an interloper chooses to attack the leader, it's as if they attack everyone under my influence. When the time comes around, what good are souls fighting against themselves merely based on which school they were influenced under?
You and I know this game far too well. War never changes. I have no clue what you'd expect bringing order to those who seek to exist and abide by their own rules. The only unity we have is away from God.
So, you wish to influence the masses with deceit. Excuse me, your truth.
Can you tell me a being that drives on either logic or emotion alone? Truths are how everyone makes sense of anything. Beast students fear him because they're memories of self-preservation. They respect his strength enough to believe that you're the weakest link. Most importantly, they took his advice on how to get to heaven.
By attacking you, that bastard shall reap what he sows.
Knock it off, Ball.
I beg your pardon.
You guide your students your way and let the other vice principals do it their way. My theory is the more rigid a structure is, the more it'll be viable to fall apart. It's because we share a common goal. I don't worry about every VP getting to the destination their own way.
You cannot believe every method is equal. You, of all people, should know.
And I do. Tell me, Ball, would Beast be your first pick for academic leadership? No, of course not. Because I intend to play to every individual's strength to lead to my enemy's downfall.
I understand.
Listen, I will admit what happened was unexpected. But since you've arranged this meeting with fears of failure, surely you can make some sense of this chaos and turn it into a positive for your school. Dealing with the students are out of my hands.
Excuse me.
That was the deal. I looked over the vice principals, who looked over the teachers, who looked over the students. I wasn't a fan of the teachers, to be honest. There were variables that were more or less loyal. I'm sure there was a point was made with them.
So you intended for certain schools to fall into pandemonium.
It's not my intention, but so be it. I can only know what I have control over and use it to my advantage.
And that's pretty much it. That's so far. Thank you. Yeah, that's the end of the first segment I think this was like the first 6 pages. The first 6 pages out of like 20. 6 or 7 pages out of like 20 or 21 of that's in the chapter. So after I'm done with Chimera Island, doing 10 pages of Chimera Island, then I'm going to do the next 7 pages of this chapter, and then the thing goes over and over again. This is so fire. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. The dialogue fits their personality so well. I know in my head I wanted. It's so funny how Lucifer kind of changes in personality, because in the beginning, I imagine him being like a handsome Jack from Borderlands. Like, oh yeah, like I have power, and he has the power, but he doesn't take it too seriously. To now he's the more that I've written him, the more he's like, okay, there's I shouldn't be fooling around. There's actual stakes to this. There's actual stakes to wanting to like for this operation to actually go my way. And it's pretty cool. Handsome Jack, I see it now. Handsome Jack with the Sephiroth hair from Final Fantasy VII. So close to finishing book 1. Oh yeah, I don't know if you're I don't know if you're reading the book or just looking at the audio, looking at the visual, the motion comic. I had no idea the motion comic was gonna be like 40 minutes. Kat, you just missed it. I'm gonna head out. You missed the entire the screening of book 3, chapter 2, part 1. I think I'm gonna. All I have to do right now is just do the previously on Purgatory Academy, gather the panels for it, and make a 30-second clip show to make it make a 30-second clip show, and hopefully have that enticing enough to convince people to watch the rest of the 3.5 minutes of this update. That's the plan. But I appreciate everybody coming out. It's been fun. Pin it, YouTube. Yeah, pin it, YouTube. Put in YouTube. Wait, put on? Pin it? Pin in? What? Yeah, I just heard that like usually people would stick around for like 3 minutes. Like if whatchamacallit, if it was like 3 minutes, 30 seconds, right? People, if it's like people like the first 30 seconds of a video, they're more likely to stick around for the rest of the 3 minutes. Oh, post it. He meant. Oh yeah, I'll post this when I'm done with the previously. Yeah, I'll post this like soon, probably tomorrow, because the clip show is not that difficult. The clip show is not that difficult to make. Hopefully not. But I expected this to be an hour. But hey, I'm glad that Young Buddha the Second and Cat GT turned out keeping me company as I make this. So yeah, hope y'all have a good night. Peace.